Hello and welcome to my very brief tutorial to my lovely WI ladies in Shropshire on how to extract bee pupae from the bee nest this year, and to anyone else who may be watching this video. First thing, remove the grill on the front. Now, can you have a look inside? Can you actually see the tubes which are plugged with mud? Those are the ones we're going to target because they're the ones where the bee pupae are inside. You may see occasional few empty ones. We'll just discard those. Okay, so if I draw one of those out, one of those full ones out, we'll take a look inside and see what we can find. Now, this particular tube, the paper insert has been used before, so I have to use a quite sort of sharp, blunt scissors just to break the cardboard tube on the outside, and then you'll find it'll unravel. And hey presto, it's actually got a paper insert inside, which is good. So this particular one, I'll try and draw out with my fingers, like so, and we'll see if we can, with a sort of sharper scissors, again, unravel the paper and see if we can get some bee pupae out. And we just have to unravel it slowly until we get down. You see the bee mud coming out. This indicates that there has been some activity in this nest, and this is looking promising. You can see the pollen, yellow pollen there that the bee has put in there, mixed in with a little bit of nectar, and sure enough, there is one rather pollen-covered pupae. That's a male one. It's quite a small one. Can you see there? If we go further into the nest, we may find that there's some larger female ones. So have a look at this one, more pollen again, and no, this is another male one like that. And try once more and see where we can, no, that's just a big lump of pollen, so obviously forgotten to lay an egg in that cell, but this one looks good, and sure enough, this is a female. It is slightly bigger. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but you can see there's a much smaller male one there with the larger female one there, because the female bee is actually bigger than the male. So if you work your way down through the tube, gradually extracting out each pupae as you go along, it takes a few minutes. So, don't rip at the job, just take your time. Don't crush these pupae with your fingers. You'll damage the live bee inside, or you may even kill it. So just brush off the pollen, and you may notice also this sort of fine brown dusty granules. That's bee frass or bee muck, basically. And you can see it on the outside of the pupae there. That shows that the bee has been, that has developed well from the egg, which is hatched into a pupae, which has then grown on into a full adult bee that's ready to emerge this next February or March time. And there we are. That's another one. There's a couple more inside there, but I think you get an idea as to what you're going to find in these nests. So just to recap, arm yourself with 2 pairs of scissors, depending on whether you have to cut the cardboard tube open or not. Sharper scissors for the paper insert. And if you find you have more than 15 pupae in your whole of your nest, then if you can bring the excess pupae into WI County office, so I can redistribute those around other churchyards which haven't got such a good result as this particular nest. And if you're just watching this anyway and you're not a member of the WI, welcome anyway, and perhaps consider giving some of these pupae away to some of your friends who might want to try a bee nest in their garden as well. There's one thing I haven't pointed out very finally and very briefly. We haven't found any here yet, and I may well find some in this nest, especially where it's a nest where it's a long a colony that's been there for quite some time, a strong colony. You may find in amongst this paper tube some small white sticky larvae. That's the main predator, the Houdini fly, Cocoxus indagata. And if you find those, you need to purge the nest of those particular those bugs, and just show them God. Put them in your hand, just squash them, and then there we are. That's God, and that'll make sure that the nest doesn't get taken over by this predator fly, which basically gobbles all the pollen and the nectar, and the poor old bee, when it hatches out and starts to emerge, there's no food left in the larder and it dies. So you need to get rid of that. It's very, very important that you must get rid of any Houdini fly that you find in the nest. Okay, well, thank you for watching.